Hi, good morning. So in the last class, we have seen what is a node affinity. So today, let us see what is pod affinity and anti-affinity. Okay. So let me try to share the screen. All the nodes are up and running. So let us see the pod affinity and anti-affinity. So in the pod affinity, the purpose of this particular pod affinity is nothing but, let's say I want to schedule the pod, okay, in such a way that if any one of the pod is running, let's say I have a pod A and pod B. Let me draw a diagram and explain. Let's say you have a pod A and pod B. Let's assume that this pod B is running somewhere else on a particular node, pod B. So this pod B is running and there is a pod A as well. Now I want to launch this particular pod wherever this particular pod is running. So I want to ensure that wherever this pod B is running, I want to launch my pod on the same node. So in order to do that, we can use this pod affinity. What is pod anti-affinity? Pod anti-affinity in the sense, let's say this pod is running on one particular worker node. So I want to ensure that wherever this particular pod is running on a node, I don't want to run this particular pod on the same node. That is called as anti-affinity. Opposite to the affinity. Affinity is what, wherever this particular pod is running, if I want to launch the pod, my pod A on the same node where pod B is running, that is called as affinity. If I don't want to launch on the same node where pod B is running, then that is called as anti-affinity. So that is the purpose of affinity and anti-affinity of a pod. Okay. In the node, we don't have anything like anti-affinity. Okay. That's how it is not possible to implement the functionality. Okay. So here also in affinity or pod affinity, we have preferred during scheduling, ignored during execution, required during scheduling, ignored during execution. So these are the two functionalities which we have in the affinity and anti-affinity. Okay. So let us try to jump into the practical session of it. Okay. So first of all, what we have to see, the first thing is nothing but, if you take this sample example, here we are trying to do a pod affinity. You can see that under affinity, we are writing a pod affinity. Under that, we have written something like required during scheduling, ignored during execution. Okay. And the label selector, and we have written something like label selector. In that, we have written like match expression. What is the expression that should be matched? That is nothing but this key has to match to the value. But how? What is this particular label you're talking about? Is it a node label or is it a pod label? So this is all about pod label. Okay. So I need to ensure that, just a second. So I want to ensure that this particular key and value, wherever it is matching to a pod, on that particular same node, my pod should be running. Okay. And the topology key, you can see the host name. So it will ensure that it is launched as per the same worker node where it is running actually. Okay. So let us try to implement this and see whether it is working as per the expectations or not. So now we are trying to implement in such a way that wherever this particular pod is running, I want to launch the pod. So before that, what I want to do, I want to launch some sample pod. That pod, I need to have some label. Okay, so that label, I can use it in my pod affinity YAML file. Okay, so let's try to deploy the pod. So let me take a sample example like, yeah, pod.yaml file. I already have a pod.yaml. Let's jump into that, and you can see the label is app nginx, right? So let me try to remove this actually, no taints and tolerations. And this is the label of the pod, and this is how it is, test pod. That is what I want to write. Let's try to deploy this. Okay, so kubectl create -f pod YAML. So now you can see this particular pod got deployed. So let's verify the details of this particular pod. So pod -o wide. Okay, you can see the pod details. Where is that? Yeah, you can see this particular test pod. If you want to see the label of this particular pod, there's no flag for this. Just a second. Yeah, so this label is not accepted. Okay, so now this particular pod is having a label called, if you want to see, describe. Let me try to give that kubectl describe pod/pod, and you can see the label which is assigned called app is equal to nginx. Now I want to launch. So where this particular pod is launched, let's verify that first. So my pod has been launched on worker node 2, right? So this particular pod was launched on worker node 2. Now I will write a pod affinity to one of my pod, another pod, okay, or another pod or a deployment, whatever it is. And just I will ensure that that particular pod is not running on the worker node 2. Okay. So to do that, what I'm trying to say is nothing but let's copy this. Okay. And let's try to create a YAML file pod affinity.yaml. Now here I need to give something like nginx, and here it is app. That's a key value, right? So this is app. Okay. So now let's save this file and come out, and let's try to deploy this. So kubectl create -f pod affinity. Sorry, pod affinity. Okay. So let me try to clean up that. That's okay. Now let's verify the pod details. You can see wherever this particular pod is running, the test pod, there my pod affinity is running. Okay, it is running on the same node. Let me try to delete and recreate. You might say that unfortunately it might have created on the same node. Let us try to delete it and recreate it once again and see if it is launching on the same node or not. Okay. Or what we can do, we will try to create another pod affinity, a YAML. We will try to deploy another pod. I'll say something like this as 1 or 2, something like that. Let's say -1 for only for our conclusion, saying that this pod is launching on the same node where the pod test-pod is running. Okay, that is called as pod affinity. Okay, now let's verify this. You can see even this pod is also running on the same node where my test pod is running. So which means that it's working as per the expectations. Okay, so this will identify the node as well for using the host name. Okay, so that is also one thing we have to remember this particular point. Okay, so wherever this particular pod is running, my pod A, which is called as test-pod, wherever this particular pod is running on the same node, my this pod-affinity and pod-affinity-1 is running on the same node. Okay, you might ask a question, what will happen if this particular pod is deleted? So question might be there, right? So what will happen if I delete the original pod based on which my these two pods are launched? See, based on this particular pod only, right? It has launched these two pods on the same node where this particular pod is running. So the concept is, even though if you delete this particular pod, it doesn't create any impact. Okay, so let's see this. Let me try to copy this and delete the pod. Delete pod. Now, if you look at the status of the pods, you can see still they are running. Why? Because the concept is it is required during scheduling, but ignored during execution, which means that if that pod is deleted on that particular node, okay, where it is with which this particular pod is installed. Okay, so let's assume this pod was installed on this particular worker node. Okay, based on this only, my pod affinity and pod affinity 1 pods are launched. Now this pod is not available. It doesn't mean that these pods will get removed from that node. Okay, why? Because the concept is ignore during execution. So ignore during execution in the sense, don't worry if that pod is deleted after it has been scheduled successfully. Okay, so that is a concept which we are using right now. Now, if so, this pod is not there. So let me try to delete this pod and recreate. Okay, so kubectl delete pod. So first scenario you have seen, right? So let's try to remove these pods. I'll remove that pod as well. And again, I will try to create pod affinity and pod affinity and see what will happen. Will it be in pending state or not? Okay. So this is the second scenario which we are trying to do right now. So kubectl create -f pod affinity. Now let's verify the status of the pods. Why it is showing me in pending state? Why? Because there is no such pod which is having a label called app nginx. So that's the reason, since it is not able to identify that, it is in pending state. Then why it is in pending state? Why? Because it is required. Required in the sense, definitely that particular pod should be there with a label called app nginx. If it is not there, it will fail. Obviously, it will be not fail. It will be in pending state. Okay. Meanwhile, if you launch it, obviously it will schedule on that particular node. Okay, what I will do, I will launch this particular pod. See, now you understood it is in pending state. Okay, you can see there. Now let me try to launch the pod. Which pod it is? Pod.yaml. Okay, now since it is launched, now your pod will get scheduled. You can see there. This pod is launched on worker node 2. Immediately you can see this particular pod affinity. Now it is showing you container creation process. Means it identified that there is a pod is now running with a label called app nginx. Immediately your pod is getting scheduled on the same node where the test pod is running. Okay, so this is how it works. So this is a second scenario. Now the next scenario is nothing. So these are the two scenarios which you have seen. What will happen if that pod is deleted, and what will happen if that particular pod is not there, which we are looking for. Okay, those two scenarios we have seen here. Let us try to see preferred. Okay, so preferred is something related to that. Okay, just we have to modify few things. That's it. Let me try to do this. Same example. Same example, but I will modify these things. Let me try to copy that pod affinity as anti-affinity. Okay, let's open that pod anti-affinity .yaml, and here let me try to remove this. Okay, this should be spaces, 2 spaces. Okay, now here I need to write something like app nginx. What is the intention of this preferred? So preferred in the sense, even though if that label is not matching, it should launch. Okay, so I'll give some wrong name. Let's say server, some dummy names. Okay, let me see whether this particular pod will launch or not. Okay, so kubectl create -f pod anti-affinity. This pod is already existing. Okay, let me try to rename this. This is called as pod anti-affinity. Sorry, my bad. Now, if you try to schedule this particular pod, it will launch. Why? Because the option is preferred. It is not required. Preferred in the sense, even though if the label is not matching to any one of the pod, which is having a label called server S1, so still it will launch. Let's verify whether it is getting launched or not. You can see it went and launched. There is no failure. It is not showing you in pending status. Why? Because even though if the label is not matching, it went and launched on that any one of the node. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so one more time, let me try to delete and recreate it. delete pod. Now let me try to create once again. See, now it is launched on worker node 3. Okay. So it is like the decision will be taken care by your Kubernetes scheduler itself. Even though if the label is not matching to any one of the pod, still it will go and launch on any one of the worker node. Okay. So why? Because it is a preferred. It is not required. It is a soft limit, not a hard limit. If it is a soft limit, it will take any one of the node. First priority is to see whether there is a pod matching with the label. If none of the pod is there, which is not matching with the label, but still it will go and schedule the pod on any one of the worker. That is what happened in the required during scheduling. Okay. So this is all about pod affinity. So now let's see what is pod anti-affinity. Okay. So I will just clean up. Sorry. Yeah, pod anti-affinity. I gave a wrong name actually. It's not pod anti-affinity. The name I gave, but we are verifying required and preferred. Okay. Wrong naming convention. So don't get confused. But the concept is same, what we have discussed. Now let us say what is pod anti-affinity. Okay. So kubectl, let me try to clean up everything. Delete. I have cron jobs actually. Clean up this. Okay. kubectl, delete. I will not delete the test pod. Okay. I want to show you anti-affinity. And try to clean up these pods. So now this has been cleaned up. So let us say what is anti-affinity. So anti-affinity is nothing but if my pod is running on specific worker node, I don't want to launch this pod on the same node. Okay. So that is the intention of anti-affinity, opposite to the affinity. Okay. So let me see what are the pods running. Yeah. Now this is fine. It is launched on worker node 2. So now if I launch the pod, it should not launch on worker node 2, any one of the node. Maybe manager node, worker node 1 or worker node 3. But it should not launch on worker node 2. Why? Because this pod is already running on that node. Okay, so that is called as anti-affinity. So let us see an example related to that. Um, so here I need to give that label. Okay, so I need to give that label, and the concept should be required. Why? Because definitely it should look. So app nginx. So I don't want to run this particular pod on the node where the pod is running with a label called app nginx. Okay, so let's see. Try to launch this. So kubectl create -f pod anti-affinity. Okay. Now let's verify the pod and see if it is launching on the same node or not. You can see this pod is launched on worker node 3. It is not running on the same node where this test pod is running. Why? Because the label is matching. Now if I try to delete and recreate it, still it will happen with the same thing. Maybe it will launch on worker node 1, but it will not launch on worker node 3. Sorry, worker node 2. Okay. So kubectl delete pod this. Again, I will recreate. So to prove that it is not launching on worker node 2. You can see again it is launching on worker node 3, maybe unfortunately, but it is ensuring that it is not launching on worker node 2. Okay, so this is about pod anti-affinity. Okay, with required option. What is preferred? Preferred in the sense it will ensure that it is not launched on that particular node. So you have something like preferred, okay, and required. Okay, so preferred is something where it is just an option. Okay, so even though if it is not matching, it will try to launch on any one of the nodes. Okay, so let's open this and definitely remove this. Okay, so let's say it is just an option. So I will give something like sec to something which is not. Since it is a preferred, it is not mandatory. Okay, so let's save this file. Let me remove the old pod which I have. Delete this one. Sorry, I forgot to give the name. Delete pod. So what is required and what is the difference in anti-affinity then? Affinity, okay, fine. We can understand what is the purpose of required and what is the difference between required and preferred, how it works. But now in anti-affinity, I'm saying that there is a required and there is a preferred. What is the major difference between them? So required in the sense, definitely it will ensure that if the pod is having a label, it should not launch a pod on that particular node. If that label is not there, then what will happen? Okay, let us see that scenario as well. Before that, let me show you what is preferred. And I gave a wrong name, but still it should launch. Okay, so kubectl create -f pod anti-affinity. Now, if you look at the status of the pods, you can see it is launched on the same node. Okay, though it is anti-affinity, it is launched on the same node. Okay, it doesn't have any restrictions. Okay, why? Because there is no label matching. Though the label is not matching, okay, now the scheduler has taken the responsibility of launching the pod on any node. So though it is anti-affinity, okay, so that's a logic behind this. Okay, so if you want a least priority, something like a soft limit in anti-affinity, you can go for this. Okay, let us see the hard limit and let's see that if label is not there, what will happen. Okay, so what I will do, I will remove the pod. If I remove the pod, there will not be any label, a pod which is having app nginx. And let's say what will happen if I give a required option in the scheduling part. Okay, so now this is clear, right? Regarding what do you say, preferred. Preferred in the sense, even though if the pod is there with a label, but it's a least priority. Even though if it is there, since I gave it is ignored, I gave a wrong labels in the YAML file of my pod. Even though if it is there, it will try to go and launch on the same node or a different worker nodes. I have a freedom to launch on anywhere. Okay, so that's a flexibility which we are going in preferred. So let me show you once again what is required. Let me delete this. Let me try to remove the pod as well. Okay, so everything is cleaned up. So I want to show you the anti-affinity with required, and that too, if I give a wrong names, wrong labels, which I'm looking for, see what will happen. Okay, let's say there is no pod. Okay, with a label called app nginx. Okay, I gave a wrong name. I'm looking for a wrong label. Okay. So still it is launched. So it is launched on worker node 3. Okay. So the label which I'm looking for, It is not there on that particular node, and still it went and launched. Sorry, my bad. Where is anti-affinity? Yeah. So you can see this particular pod was launched on worker node 2. Okay. So pod anti-affinity 1 has launched on worker node 2. So what is a YAML file which I gave? Pod anti-affinity. I gave a wrong label. This label itself is not there, but still it is launched. Why? Because required during scheduling, ignored during execution. Okay. Required in the sense it is looking for the pod which is having a label called security in S1. Okay, means like the label called security S1. So this is not there. So even though if it is, this is not there, it is went and launched this particular pod on worker node 2. So this is what it has happened with this particular pod. Okay. So now let's try to create the pod, create a pod YAML. Now this pod is there. So it doesn't mean that it will go and schedule that particular pod or it will move the pod on that particular worker node. Okay. But unfortunately, what happened? This pod affinity was launched on worker node 2. So that's the reason you are assuming that this pod and this pod are launched on the same node. Actually, first we have launched this pod anti-affinity with the wrong label, but still it was scheduled on this particular node. Okay. So this is how it is done. Okay. So this is all about pod affinity and anti-affinity. Okay. So this is how it is. So this will be useful when you want to launch dependent applications on the same node in order to reduce the latency in the communication purpose. Then we have to launch those applications on the same node. Then you have to use a pod affinity. Okay. So anti-affinity is something, let's say, I don't want to launch this particular two pods on the same node, which will consume a lot of resources. So that's the reason I want to run this particular pods on a separate nodes. Then you have to go for pod anti-affinity, which will ensure that wherever this particular pod A is running, it will ensure that pod B is not running on the same node. Okay. So that will ensure that it will spread on multiple nodes equal. So that's how this pod affinity and anti-affinity works. Okay. So this is all about this small topic. Okay. Any questions?